With us. All right, how federal government will tackle budget 2024 deficit by Edo. Aiyedatiwa Ondo House close ranks. Medical Dental Council, we will help to address doctors' mass exit. Nigeria, UK strengthens ties. UK willing to partner Nigeria on lithium value chain, says Alake. Lagos Abuja, demolitions, Ohaneze kicks. Edo PDP governorship primary process in shaky start. FEMA needs 300 billion naira annually to fix federal roads. Okay, which story are we starting with in the nation?
If you don't mind me starting with Aiyedatiwa, so the top functionaries of the Ondo State government yesterday began the implementation of that peace brokered by the president between the substantive governor and his deputy. So they had adopted the terms of the agreement at the governor's office, Abubakar Ahmad, yesterday, with a pledge to work for peace. And for the first time in 3 months, secretary to the government, commissioners, special advisors, and other aides of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu converged on the Executive Council chambers for an ESCO meeting, where the deputy governor sat as vice chairman of the State Executive Council. And apart from those commissioners, special advisors such as Babajide Akeredolu, the governor's son, Director General of Performance and Project Implementation and Monitoring Unit, Adetunji Adeleye, SA on Security Matters, and Dari Aragbaye, SA on Union Matters and Special Duties, were also present. Also, the House of Assembly, led by Speaker Olamide Oladije, has withdrawn the matter before the Court of Appeal that he brought against the Deputy Governor, asking for interim orders against restraining him. So they've withdrawn, they've started the peace broke, so we don't have court actions anymore. The appeal challenging the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court to hear Aiyedatiwa's case is also withdrawn, and 3 members of the panel of the appeal court dismissed the appeal after, dismissed Aiyedatiwa's appeal earlier in the year, earlier last month. I think I took that story last month. So things are looking good on those states. And the point of interest is Babajide Akeredolu, the SA, who is the governor's son, part of his cabinet as well.
All right.
Yes, I have our president met with the
King,
British monarch, King Charles III, at United Arab Emirates, that's in Dubai, on the eve of the ongoing 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP28, as we all know. Our president expressed, optimism in, this relationship. In fact, let me just read out his tweet. He says that he had a productive meeting with His Majesty King Charles III, who is also, as we know, the head of the Commonwealth and also a passionate climate advocate. He said it was a significant meeting that will help strengthen the partnership between Nigeria and the United Kingdom. He's also optimistic about the positive impact the joint efforts of Nigeria and the United Kingdom will have on our planet's future as we look forward to setting an equitable global standard for environmental stewardship. This administration is very loud on, and the environment. It's good to hear, good to see, and good to see that we're leading these conversations on platforms like this.
And a related story, the British Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden has said his country's National Economic Security Council is very interested in partnering with Nigeria on energy minerals such as lithium. Dowden spoke at the unveiling of the comprehensive investment package in Dubai, and between him and the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, in London. They're actually in London, not in Dubai. A statement by Alake's media aide, Mr. Kende Bamidesom, said that the comprehensive investment package comprising lithium value chain, top talks between the British Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden and our own minister. We're pretty excited about that. The British Deputy Prime Minister said that the meeting was to kick off the discussion between both countries on how they can partner with trade and investors, how they will sit down together to work out details of partnership, especially with the lithium mineral. I'm pretty happy that that is going well, because you see how we need that. Okay.
So the president of Ohaneze Indigbo had given a statement concerning the demolitions. He said that he's calling for a suspension of demolitions taking place in Lagos as well as in Abuja, following the complaints they've received from Igbo people that are felt that this is affecting them or it is against them. It's also in that same line. The former governor of Anambra State, former presidential aspirant candidate, decried demolition across the country in a tweet on his X handle. But the Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Bengal Motosho, has since explained that the demolition has been following the rule of law and that no individual has come to say that what they did was a religious, had ethnic coloration. And none of them have come to say that what they did was illegal, the demolitions were illegal, that they built their house. Those houses being demolished were built on waterways and on drainage channels, saying that if we want Lagos to be the mega city it is planning to be, we cannot continue to do things the way they've been done. He also explained the fact that Lagos State is largely under the below sea level, and anything that will compromise the effective movement of water would be taken out. I said the demolition, once again, I think they repeated it, that it followed due process, and nobody that their house was demolished has raised any issue specifically with their name to say their house was built according to the rule of law, they had approval, and their house was illegally demolished. So when we now whip up sentiments on behalf of someone whose house was demolished, the person did not come out or go to court concerning that house. We're just trying to give ethnic coloration to what is a legal process.
Okay, moving on now to the Punch. New wage begins April. Federal government votes 24 trillion for salaries. Tinubu meets King Charles. Nigeria's eyes $261 billion fund. Kwara monarch, 2 others bag life jail for kidnapping. Assembly drops suit against Ayedatiwa. Exco embraces peace. Jakba, FG urges varsities to produce more doctors. CBN fund, Senate threatens to order gas companies probe. FG pays 585 million naira fines, begins nationwide prisoners release. And Shebu free to contest Edo governorship, says Obaseki. Okay, which story?
Okay, I have the human interest. Justice Adenike Akinpelu of the Kwara State High Court, on Thursday, yesterday, sentenced the Serikin Fulani, also known as Ardo, that's the head of the Fulani in Kwara State. Another man, Alhaji Usman Adamu, is the brother of the Serikin Fulani, and one Gidado Idris to life imprisonment for conspiracy to kidnap and commission of kidnapping of one Ahmad. And this was, of course, investigated by the DSS and prosecuted by the DPP of Kwara State. The sentence charged him to court, charged the king to court, along with his accomplices, for the offense of kidnapping one Abubakar Ahmad and collecting a ransom of 1 million naira before they eventually released him after spending 20 days with them in the bush. The incident took place June this year, last year, sorry, 2022. And I'm happy that, the prosecution was fast enough to be completed in less than 2 years. But the judge was, bothered that she said it is saddening and disturbing that the community leaders charged with the welfare of their subjects could, because of love for money and breach security of the same subjects they were meant to lead. So, okay, that's a good one.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.